today. Yeah, I'm gonna get the people. Yes, people. Welcome to the Monday Night Madness show. Am I on mute? No, I'm not on mute. Me and my boy, co-host Tony. We've got Tony and we've got Gianni. Gianni talks football in the building. One of our special guests, one of our residents, always makes time for us. Big up to you guys as well. Big up to the chat as well, and big up to all those panelists that will be joining later. I know there's going to be a lot of people probably watching this show in some capacity. I'm just going to get straight into it, people. So let's get into it. So 9 games left. This is no longer about potential, guys. This is no longer about, the team and, can they not do it? This is about delivering. Arsenal are right there. The table's tight. We know it between Arsenal and City. The pressure is real. The question everyone keeps dodging, though, is simple. Do we have the nerve to actually finish the job? I'm going to talk about the Chelsea game in a minute, but I just want to get through my little intro script. So we're not playing great football, but as you can see, the last 2 games, we've got some good results. And I don't care at this stage, yeah? If we go 9 games, ugly, winning games, and get into the promised land, I wouldn't give a damn. All this playing good performances, merchants, and performances going to catch up with you. Maybe, but maybe not. I'm sure City were like that when they first won their first title, but they may have been playing some much better football than us. But there's some conversations to have tonight. If Arsenal don't win from here, what are we going to call it? Is it the Premier League's too tough? Is it a mentality thing? Is it a bottle? If City go on one of those ridiculous runs, guys, can Arsenal go punch for punch? When it's 1-1 in the 85th minute of a big game like City, who's going to step up? Who's going to be the clutch merchant? Who is going to finish the job for us? Who's going to grab the season by the throat? I'm going to open it up to you guys. 9 games, no hiding, and no excuses. Tony, talk to the people then.
Hey, T people, yeah. Big up to everyone, yeah. I mean, T people, yeah. Big ups to Abs, my guy, the Waffle Don. I mean, that grand opening. How about that, people? Yeah, but I'll just say a big welcome to Gianni TV. Gianni TV, you're welcome to the show, my brother. Every week, this show, it's.
Oh, have we lost him?
You went mute, Tony. Yeah.
He's not on mute though. He's not on mute.
Oh, then your mic went out.
Come back in. Yeah, come back in and come back. Come back in and come back in. Yeah. So yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Johnny?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. So yeah, sorry, a little bit of technical issues there. You know what? Let's just get into the Arsenal-Chelsea game, man. So I'll just tell you what I saw. I've done a watch along. Watch the Arsenal game, Chelsea game. it's hard to kind of describe the game, you know. It is because we looked comfortable in the first half, yeah, almost to the point where we should have scored 4 or 5 goals, but we just weren't good enough with that final ball, if you get me. So, you know, we get the ball out to Trossard, you know, Trossard would play some forward passes to Gyökeres. Gyökeres had the one-on-one, but his dribbling abilities are not that great. So he wouldn't get past his man. There were certain plays where, you know, we attacked the box, but there was no one in the box. Sanchez, from the outset, he already looked like he was going to have a dodgy game. His kickouts were like dodgy. He was misplacing passes, and it just seemed that we just weren't, you know what I mean? I wouldn't say not at the races, but it just seemed that Chelsea were going to make it a tough game for us. It looked like we're going to have to rely on set pieces, which we did. And that's how we got our first goal. Saka, deep cross into the box, past the second post or past the far post. Gabriel heads it back in. Saliba heads it towards goal, but it takes a deflection off Sarr and goes into the goal. Their back line really nervous. Sarr, being, you know, a young defender, young centre back, not really tested in the Premier League. Obviously, this is his first game. I felt that he was quite nervous in the first half. He was very nervous in the game. Tony, you back? You back?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I
can hear you now.
I'm just talking about the game. I'm just talking about the game, and then you can come in afterwards. Yeah.
Okay.
So we scored that set piece, and we're looking okay. So let's go and kill the game now. Yeah, let's go and kill the game off. The referee, I felt, and I don't really like to moan about referees, but I felt sometimes where he could have played the advantage. When we had the ball, he kept stopping it, and you know, it was just a bit messy in that first half. I was like, let's stay tight. Let's keep it tight. Let's not concede before half time. And lo and behold, we concede before half time. And the warning signs were there. There was a corner which was being debated whether Declan Rice handballed it. He went up and he's kind of like, and it's hit his arm like that. And it's like it's going into the goal. And Reyes pulled off a brilliant save to keep it out of the goal. But that was the warning sign. And the next time, you know, Reece's deliveries were superb. The next delivery from the corner, beautiful, bended in again. Nkapé's gone to head it, but he's not got enough on it, and it's just come off his head and it's gone into the goal. So it's 1-1 going into the half time. So I wasn't overly nervous, but I was concerned because this Arsenal at times, they can come out second half and different game. I felt second half Chelsea seemed to be a little bit more progressive with the ball. Chelsea, I will say this year, Chelsea, I don't think they're that great, but they still, you know, remained competitive in the game. They had some chances in that game where they could have scored. They could have scored the second goal as well. But you know, we got that other corner, and Timber scored from that corner. But there were nervy moments towards the end. Garnacho with that ball in, where Raya has made a world-class save. We're going to talk about Raya later on in the stream as well. There was an offside goal where Gary Neville was chatting rubbish about, oh, they're going to check this. Shut up. The guy was well offside. Delap. Overhead kick. Reyes made a beautiful save again, and then the ball's dropped and he scored again. But we got it over the line. And football sometimes is ugly. You know, football's not always going to be great. You know, you're not always going to see great games. But I think sometimes what we're seeing is a lot of ugly football from Arsenal right now. But as I said, I don't care. If we go to Brighton and we do the same thing and we win 2-0 or 2-1, I'll take it because it's the results that matter. But I've been waffling now for a little while now. Tony, do you want to come in?
Yeah, my brother, you are not waffling. I mean, the way you actually stated your point, was just exactly how that game went. Yeah, nothing to write home about. Yeah, nothing of worth, nothing of nothing of substance. In other words, it is just what it is. It was just a 3 point grab, and I say we grabbed it, and we took it away, even if it was a home game, took it away, and that's what you just need written at the scoreboard. 3 points. I mean, there's just those kind of games, that you just get into. Mostly a typical London derby. Yeah, I mean, you just get into them, and the mission in it is just to go down there and pick the 3 points. And there's this thing about Arsenal winning ugly. Yeah, we'll talk about that later on. But again, starting that matchup, when I saw that Chelsea lineup, I was like, okay, maybe this Arsenal team, a home game, London derby, maybe we'll go, maybe we'll, take the game to them just a little bit. When you're seeing Sarr starting in centre back for them, when you're seeing people like Chalobah starting for them, when you're seeing like Hato starting for them, I mean, you see all these clowns apart from James, starting for them. You just wished and you hope that Arsenal would go and turn the corner and just actually take the game to them and push it a little bit more. But to my biggest surprise, even if they had all these clowns sit at the back, of their defense, that Chelsea team was so deep and was so hard, resolute, difficult to break down. Arsenal couldn't really figure them. The first half was the better half that Arsenal did try to pull the weight, but nothing much, nothing of huge, big substance. Santos sent in a few crosses here and there, even from the middle of the park. James tried to send a few crosses down to Neto and down to Yao Pedro, but all those passes were just straight passes. The two teams were trying to gain rhythm, but none really had any kind of rhythm whatsoever. Corner kicks were a bit scruffy. Corner kicks were a bit hotly contested. That's a justification that Chelsea have actually copied Arsenal's script. In fact, most of these teams have actually copied Arsenal's script on how to really take set pieces, mostly corner kicks. If you remember the game against Brentford, you saw how Brentford took the game to us, mostly in their own corner kicks too. There was a lot of pushing. There was a lot of activity going on in the 18-yard box. The same thing with Chelsea. Lots of pushes, lots of touches. The goalkeeper suddenly doesn't have no more protection in the Premier League again. I mean, lots of times David Raya was being pushed. To be very sincere to Chelsea, Sanchez was being, pushed, tossed around here and there. I completely get that. But the same measure was also given to David Raya, and I'm so shocked that there's no more protection in our games for the goalkeeper. I mean, should we start looking into this corner kicks and how it affects goalkeepers more? Maybe that should be something we should look into. But again, I don't really care about that because Arsenal seem to be tapping from those, getting an advantage from that and getting goals. And then Arsenal scored the first goal. I mean, what a lip from Gabriel Magalhaes. I mean, this is what we've been talking about. When you want someone to just be there, to just answer you, you need your experienced players to just be there, to just take the reins and open up play for you. And what a vision from Gabriel Magalhaes to just hit the ball into where the action is, and Saliba just, I mean, tipsy, easy, slot the ball into the net. Sanchez in no place. Everyone complaining, tap, boom, weapon of mass destruction. Yet again, set piece, ole, again. First goal. Instead of Arsenal to power the pressure more on Chelsea, we kind of like just, lean back just a little bit, trying to just, it was more reactive rather than being proactive. So Chelsea said, okay, Arsenal, if you don't want the ball, we goddamn want the ball. There's the London Derby. We're not coming here to play. If you want to surrender possession to us, we'll take it. And that's the kind of team Chelsea is under Ressener. I mean, he just started. I mean, he just started instructing the players and they just started getting into the grind again. And that's why Chelsea was having more ball possession than us in the first half. Yeah, even I think generally they had more of the ball possession in that game, bro. I mean, it was shocking, bro, in the home game. So they kept a hold of the ball. They were passing it from side to side. James was a very credible, person in terms of holding up the ball, sending it up pitch. Santos was also there too. Caicedo breaking up play, very far too easily. And that's always been the problem with Martin Zubimendi this season. Far too easily, they kind of like figure him out in the middle of the park. I like Zubimendi, people. I've always credited him as Martin Zubimendi with the accolades that he deserves for his first season. But I mean, that middle of the park was just so easy for Caicedo to just break up play. So anything through the middle was just completely annihilated. Bukayo Saka was in no man's land. Yeah, he had a few, 1-2 touches here and there, but nothing of quality, nothing that would extremely disturb Sanchez. And again, today I was thinking that since Cucurella, who was out definitely due to an injury, and Hato replaced him down there, I was thinking that, okay, maybe this is Bukayo Saka's chance to actually, just take on Hato, who is pretty much unexperienced in this Premiership thing. But to my surprise, Bukayo Saka never really exerted any of his supremacy on Hato at all. Hato actually handled him quite well. And again, Neto was actually dropping back a bit to really congest that right-hand side. To make sure that Saka doesn't even really get anything from that right-hand side. So Eze wasn't really into the game. I mean, he had a few touches here and there, but I mean, just pretty much drab. I would not lie to you. Even if I want Eze to work in that number 10 position, yeah. But people, we should call a spade a spade. And I always like calling a spade a spade. He wasn't really in that game. He was bamboozled in the middle of the park. Caicedo broke up play. Anytime Eze wanted to engineer something out of any of those situations, Caicedo was there to just break up play and get the ball. Declan Rice, just an all-round, mediocre performance from Arsenal on the day. Gyökeres, again, it has been proven. If Gyökeres doesn't have access to passes and access to through balls and access to looked up balls for him to go on the run or to set him up in behind people, it's not going to work. And again, that's what we saw with Gyökeres. No passes going to him, no credible chances, no credible vision of opening him up. And I mean, that's what we saw. Trossard wasn't really in the game. He tried to get himself into the game, but James and his energy was just too powerful for Trossard to actually engineer anything. So Chelsea got back that equalizer. You could see the shabby defending from Arsenal. Again, I'm not gonna pick, and choose who to whip for that, but clearly Nkapi, wasn't totally switched on. Arsenal defense wasn't switched on, and that's what you get when you're not switched on. You have to be switched on 100% in this kind of games. Mostly in a London derby that that Chelsea wants a pound of flesh back for what we've put them through this season. So they get that goal. Nkapi hits the ball towards the net. David Raya was in no man's area. Everyone is pushing, and they got the goal. And again, people. In the second half, when you just felt that Arsenal would probably maybe take notes from Mikel Arteta or whatever, and coming in the second half and just put in a decent shift, it was even worse. The Chelsea was with the ball, they were running the show, but in the middle, but in the attack, although there was nothing of big substance anyway. Big calls down there for that handball on Declan Rice. See, people, I'm a referee. On a good day, I call that to be a penalty. To be very, very sincere with you guys, I mean, there's two situations. Yes, there's two situations that renders that a penalty. When you're in the box, you have to make sure you are not really having your hands all around a player's neck. He had his hand all wrapped up on the player's neck. That's number one. You don't do that. Mostly when there's VAR going to check you later on. You don't do that. And that was in the penalty box. Secondly, his hand, the ball touched his hand in the box. His hand was lifted up in an awkward position, not in a natural position. That's also a penalty. But you know what? Yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan. I'll take that. You know, I'll take it. We escaped from that one, people. So, you know, but that was a very big call. And again, that should shed a light on the kind of VAR systems that's actually dictating who has a penalty and who doesn't have a penalty, and how, you know, how messed up it is, that whole situation is. But I'll leave that one for you guys to talk about later. There was also a very big call on a goal that was scored by Chelsea Football Club, bro. I mean, the lap, I think Neto was in an offside position in the second stand. So that's what people got confused. But anyway, it was in an offside position. But again, Arsenal, nervy moment again. You know what? Yeah, at the start of the season, we used to have this back four that we say, hey, you know what? Yeah, this is the back four of champions of whatever, champions of Europe, you know, champions of the Premier League in terms of defending, you know, and you expect them to defend very, very well. And oh my God, nervy moment. There's something in that defense that's a little bit, you know, a little bit suspect, since some couple of players came back from injury down there. Yeah, it's not really the so-called best champions of Europe, the best in the Premier League, all that, bro. I mean, pure nervy moment towards the end of that game. It's not the position I would like to be in anyway. So I don't know what we should be fixing up, but I was just so nervous in those last moments in that matchup. Jurgen Timber got that goal. I mean, set piece again, ole ole. It is what it is. I'll take the goal. See, guys, yeah, there's nothing to write home about this game. You know, there wasn't much action. There wasn't much probe. There wasn't much a silky moment in the game. But it is what it is. This is one of those games, yeah, that you look back in the season and you say, hey, you know what? Yeah, it was an ugly game to play. It was a vicious game to play. But we got the 3 points. I think that should just be the focal point of what happened. The 3 points. Again, Neto, Chelsea Football Club this season, disciplinary issues. I don't know how you guys saw that, but the disciplinary issues again crept in again yesterday. And I think that also helped Arsenal get off the hook. Because Gianni, if you remember, they were really, I mean, they were really on the, you know, on the lookout for a goal, you know. I mean, they were really pushing, you know. That was in the heat of the moment when they were really pushing for their equalizer. But somehow a red card came up for Pedro Neto. I think that was a yellow card, a second yellow card. So, and he has already gotten a yellow card before. So I think that was a clear sending off, the right decision from the referee. I mean, what are you going to the ground for at that point in time? That kind of challenge. And it just shows that was very, very intentional, with no intention of actually getting the ball. You were just after the player's legs. So it is what it is. You know, Martinelli actually did quite well in getting up, you know, trying to attack that ball again. But it is what it is. Neto out. I think it eased the problems on Arsenal just a little bit. If it was 11 versus 11, I think Chelsea get that second goal. But again, like I said, 3 points in the bag. Arsenal, weapons of mass destruction, set piece again, ole, ole, ole. We go. On to the next one. And I just want to remind everyone, including audio panelists down here, that it's 9 games to the end of the season. You better start believing.
Gianni, do you want to come in? Just to get your thoughts on the actual result yesterday and what it means going forward. Because Chelsea, they're not I suppose I know you're gonna. Actually, I don't know what you're gonna say, but in terms of a team, Chelsea will probably, if we look at the run, they're probably one of our toughest games, other than Man City and maybe Newcastle. I just want to get your thoughts on, the result and what we've just, spoken about the game. If you could just give us a little something.
Well, it was depressing to watch because we should have blitzed that team because Chelsea's coach is shit. He showed it again. I mean, first of all, let's start with this, right? I know a lot of people came for Eze's head, but let's look at Eze's positioning again. Eze against Spurs was further up the pitch. What are you going to expect from Eze that's anything different from Martin Odegaard if he's supposed to start the offense just outside the box? It's the same shit. It doesn't matter if Odegaard's there or if Eze's there. The offense isn't going if he's starting that far back. I mean, I don't understand. I really don't understand why we can't just track back in time 10 years to see where a number 10 normally starts his position before all this 4-3-3, double eights, and all this other nonsensical bullshit. Because at the end of the day, when Eze is at his best, he's closer to the striker. When Gyökeres looks at his best, Eze's close to him. So again, it's the same thing that we constantly say. It's Arsenal versus Arsenal. We're our own worst enemy. To what Tony said, that whole back line outside of Reece James is a makeshift back line. We should have blitzed them. I'm sorry, Hato's not that good. None of their center backs outside of Levi Colwill are not decent center backs. They're all shit. Fofana's overhyped, even though he didn't play. Chelsea's back line is shit. Sanchez is a shit goalkeeper. When you know this, when people know this, and we've seen this, again, we're 9 games left of the season. You should know that by the whole season so far, Chelsea's back line is able to be get at. And if we also know that Caicedo and everybody else is a fucking hothead, why aren't you playing to that advantage to try to play further up the pitch to get them in trouble earlier? I mean, Neto got the second yellow card. Okay, it is what it is. That game should have been over with by then. And the biggest talking point is, why do we keep doing the same old nonsense? When we score first, we sit back, apply pressure, and put the fucking game away. I don't understand. They're gonna, instead of set piece ole ole, we're gonna have to start saying heart attack FC, because every fucking game is like a roller coaster of emotions for no damn reason. That Chelsea team ain't that good. Cole Palmer is still fucking is still not good. He's been out of form for what now? Almost a year and a half. Neto's not a finisher. He's just a dribbler. He's not a finisher. And Komazagam, I'm forgetting the striker for the João Pedro. Did nothing. Like he normally does. Does nothing because he's not a true striker. So again, we made life difficult for us for no damn reason. So the question about what you said at the beginning of does Arsenal have the minerals to get over the line? Yeah, because the rest of these teams are that just shit. The only worry as far as the run towards the only worry for us is the run going towards the end of the season is more so along the lines of, are we going to continue to play down to the competition? That's our biggest problems. Whenever we don't play, I'm getting some feedback. Do any of you guys got feedback?
Yeah, I'm confused. Hold on, let me just. Is that me?
You have YouTube open.
Got it.
Anyone have YouTube open?
No, there we go. Whatever just happened, it's not there anymore. Okay. But it's just the question for Arsenal is this: it's never been about the big 6 teams with us, because again, up until the Liverpool game at the beginning of the season, we've had an unbeaten record for how long against the big 6. The question is us against the smaller teams. Do we play down to the competition and get caught? because now we're going to be playing teams that are fighting relegation battles coming up. That's going to be a test of champions to see what you go ahead and get. Chelsea, I mean, I wasn't too concerned about. The only thing that concerned me about Chelsea is from a mentality standpoint that over the last 20 years, Chelsea's been one of the most difficult teams for us because of everything that that changed about that club under Abramovich. So for a mentality thing, it's a big win against Chelsea because it shows that we're taking steps in the right direction mentally. However, as Tony said, we're still leaving these games wide open. And the bad part about this is, yes, we only have 9 games left of the Premier League season, but now you got to start throwing the Champions League games in now. Yeah, we should be walking all over Bayer Leverkusen, but either way, you got to get the job done, and this is where squad rotation is going to be necessary to go ahead. Because, again, as I said again, I don't know how much longer Rice has gotten his legs because Rice looks like he's dying out there. So does Timber. The good thing was that Chelsea couldn't take advantage, and at the same time, Chelsea in the offensive phase from the midfield, them 3 midfielders don't know if the ball's round or square when they play together. So I wasn't concerned by it, especially because if we keep looking at it from the perspective of, oh, what about Palmer? What about Palmer? Palmer's been shit for 18 months. I'm not concerned about Cole Palmer anymore. until you get back on track, I wasn't worried about him. So at the end of the day, yeah, it's good to get the 3 points, but again, and I agree with you, if this is the way that we got to get over the line, I don't care. But at the same time, there's little fundamental tweaks that would make a whole lot easier, and the fact that we would be able to walk the rest of this league. I mean, again, I think we've all. Yeah, that again, I stand by it. Whoever wins the League Cup is going to win the league. That's the thing for me that's going to be the decider in this race. The mentality boost that you get from the League Cup final. That to me, whoever wins the League Cup is going to go on to win the title. That's just what it's looking like from here, because I just don't understand why we keep making life difficult for us. This ain't the same Chelsea team. We should have smoked them. But what are you going to do?
BBK, chime in, man, with this Arsenal-Chelsea game. Your thoughts?
You know what? It's been for time when we do our weekend warm-up show, and I said, like, from the halfway point, get ready to see some of the stinkiest games you're going to see for the second half of the season. Got down to 16, got down to 12. Now it's down to 9. We're about to see 9 more stinky games. That's the price that we're going to have to pay if we want to win this Premier League title, because he's not going to change the system now with 9 games. Our performances are getting progressively worse. The warning signs have been there for time. The warning signs were there at Old Trafford on August 17th. On the very first, it was the first game of the season, so everyone gets a pass. We were shit in that game as well.
Yep.
We got away with the 3 points. There have been countless games this season where we got away with 3 points and our performances weren't great. But obviously, you're always going to be told, just shut up, it's all about the 3 points. I hear it. But the thing is, right, we talk about our midfield. Our midfield is completely shot because the guys are tired. They're done. They got nothing left, bro. Declan Rice and Zubimendi have got 2,400 minutes in their legs in the Premier League alone. We're not talking about the 6 Champions League fixtures that they've played. Meanwhile, Norgard has 46 minutes of Premier League minutes. How am I meant to trust the manager who don't trust his own players? He doesn't. I'm not saying that Norgard, because I'm not the biggest fan of Norgard. Norgard should have. I'm not saying that he should have half the minutes that Zubimendi has played, but he shouldn't be on 46 and Zubi on 2,400. And he played another full 90 yesterday. So he has played every single Premier League game for us, started all but one. And the one that he didn't play, the one that he didn't start, he still played. That concerns me. And in the middle of the park, those minutes are taxing. You know, those are not highway mileage. That's stop and go. Like David Raya's 90 versus Zubimendi's 90 are completely different. The guy, there's a reason why Chelsea can come to the Emirates and even in the second half play 20 minutes with 10 minutes and still have more possession of the ball. That's not a good. It should have been bell to ass. This Premier League could very well come down to goal difference. And when we get opportunities to run the score up and actually even try. I didn't see David Sanchez yesterday making save after save after save after save. That's what it should have been. They got away with it at their ground. Now they're at our ground with 20 minutes left. Bring on some fresh legs. You had 2 unused subs. You tell me that Nani Madueke isn't hungry enough to go score against this bunch? He would have loved to cook yesterday. Tony said earlier that Saka was out there on Gerald Hato not really doing that. Nani would have. What do we know about Nani? He's very direct, and he's going to make he's going to keep the fullback honest. That center back that Chelsea had lined up at the back, he has played 2 Premier League minutes, 2, and no one took advantage of that. And we should have exposed his inexperience yesterday. The performances are getting bad. They're not getting any better, and we're just going to have to hope for some good results on the back of shit performances because they're not going to get any better. That's what I think. But I was never worried about Chelsea to the point where I thought we would win the game. When they got back into the game, I still think we'd win. But these games are way too close for me. Way too close. This one, we went from 19 cup finals to we got 9 banana skins left, and they are banana skins because we're not going to see rotation when the games are this close. We had we were 4-1 up on Tottenham.
Sorry, that noise is coming.
Now,
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. BBK, yeah. I mean, you've echoed what we've said here, yeah. But again,
Tony, the sound, the
Tony,
noise.
something's going on with your mic, man. It's going crazy.
Really?
Sounds like something's sizzling.
Yeah, you got a bad
Hold on,
feedback.
let me see. Let me put you on mute. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely your mic. It's your mic, Tony. It's your mic.
Here, let me pose the question to you guys real quick.
I can hear.
Yeah, it's your mic, Tone. Let me ask you guys a question real quick. After seeing the performance against Chelsea, and clearly he's not changing with the we score a goal and we invite pressure. For anybody who's saying that we can't win the league, I hear it because you expect me to believe that we're going to go to the Etihad and do something different.
Mm-hmm.
When the pressure's on, when we know this team is folded under pressure. Especially because that game, the League Cup game, is surrounded by the two Leverkusen games in Everton is the League Cup game. We don't know where these next Champions League games are, and they could potentially land close to that City game at the Etihad. So my question is, do you guys think with the way that the chips are falling right now that we're going to be able to go and do it at the Etihad? Because I'm scared this is a situation where Arteta's going to play for a draw in that game and we get caught out with the way we're playing. Because again, that should have been a blitzing that we should have done to Chelsea.
Yeah. I mean, if the
go.
question is, do you think we're going to go to the Etihad and win? It's a hell no for me. It's not a no. It's a hell no, and that's why I think it was match week 9 when I was so irritated that we dropped points at the Stadium of Light. I'm saying, how am I meant to believe in you to be brave in match week 33 away at City, where you weren't even brave in match week 9 away at Sunderland? Because you weren't brave. You took Eze off to bring on Mascara. You take off an attacker for a defender. Even this is not my words. Even Cesc Fabregas had said this, and he's been in every facet of football. When you take off an attacker, bring on a defender, the signal it sends to the other team is come on to us. So I don't think we're going to go to Manchester and win. I really don't. So it's incumbent upon the team and the manager to make sure that we have a healthy enough lead to survive a draw. I don't think we win there. Just like if the Chelsea fans were thinking they were coming to the Emirates and win, like what historical context are they basing that on? They haven't won at the Emirates for 5 years. When's the last time we went at the Etihad? We don't win there. So I don't think we're going to win there.
But surely we have to go there and do something.
I don't see it.
See, on the point I wanted to actually talk about, BBK.
You sizzling again, Tony.
Rotation.
The audio is low.
Tone, your audio is going wild again, man. Yeah, it's still there, bro.
It's bad. Let me just pick up my boy Elite Footy Talks in the building. Johnny, if you want a guy that loves football, get him on your show, yeah, to do, you do your team. I'll hook you both up afterwards, yeah, because I think his team will be interesting because he loves Italian football, he loves Totti and all that. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. This it's always coming down to this. Let me just change the layout a bit, man, because it's a bit bug. The conversation always seems to come down to this City game, and we sound nervous as hell. Now, BBK, obviously you're a sergeant, commander, leader, whatever you are, yeah. If I'm going into battle with you and you're my commander, and we're going in, and you're saying, I don't know about these lot, man. I don't know if we're gonna make it tomorrow. You know, I don't think that we're gonna be able to handle the battle, man. I'm gonna be thinking, what's this guy? What kind of motivation is this? I know there's a real listen. On any given day, yeah, anyone can get it. But surely we don't have no belief going into this game. No actual belief.
I don't have any because we weren't even brave against Man
Do you
City.
think we're gonna lose then? Do you think we'll lose then, or draw?
Yeah, I think we lose there.
So ultimately, you don't believe we'll win the league then?
Correct.
In that.
Yep.
So we've come all this way.
When people are telling me that we're crumbling, I think the crumbling has already happened. We fucked it at Wolves, bro. I don't. If it comes down to that one game, if all the results are equal, they win all their games leading up to April 18th. We win all our games leading up to April 18th. I think they beat us there. I don't think we have the bottle to go there and win.
When's the last time they beat us?
The 4-1 in 23, 22-23.
Oh, okay.
The man was pulling out his scrunchie and then scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you, man, we might as well just like, you know what? The lead up to then losing the Carabao Cup, season's over.
No, I think we win the Carabao.
Why am I doing watch-alongs if all it is
we win the Carabao?
Huh?
I think we'll win the Carabao. I think we win that. It's a one-off at Wembley. I think we win that. In a Premier League game, Man City are gonna come onto us with fresh legs. Our the amount of minutes that Declan and Zubimendi are gonna accrue on their legs between now and then, it's already catching up to them now. When have we ever seen Declan Rice ask for a sub?
You know, never.
Facts.
He did yesterday. He's tired.
Did he?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's tired. He's done out here. And if he didn't ask, Arteta would have let him die out there. He would have played the full 90. Zubimendi did. Like, we know that Christian Norgard is not an 8. Declan came off. Zubimendi, it was Norgard that came on. And they're gassed, bro. And we have Champions League fixtures. We have a final. And Carlos Baleba got legs. Runs a lot in that midfield. Him and Minte, we're going to need a Declan Rice against Brighton. So he, even with the physical discomfort next to his name on FootMob and SofaScore, he is playing on Wednesday.
But every game on the running, yeah, and I'm not trying to do my big up to Cape here. I'm not trying to do the Cape positivity thing, yeah, but I believe that if we're scraping past games and winning games, yeah, that's enough for me. All I want to see is that result. Arsenal win. I don't care about performance at this stage. I don't.
You know why I care about performance, Waffle Don? You know why I care about performance? Because we can get away with that shit performance against Chelsea because that's the lap. On April 18th, that's Holland. That's not Pedro Neto now. That's Turkey. You know, that's not Cole Palmer. That's Marmouche.
But the league might be lost or won by the time we get there. These men have to play games as well. City have to play games as well. They might draw games. I don't believe that we should be just focusing on that City game, the Etihad game. The next game is what we should be focusing on, and that's Brighton, because as people were saying, that could be a potential banana skin. I still believe that because I go into every game believing that we can win now. I don't have this pigeon chest that I don't believe we can win because we're Arsenal, man. No matter how
we'd beat Chelsea.
We are.
I knew we would beat Chelsea. I think we beat Brighton.
You was worried about Chelsea though.
I predicted a 1-0. I don't think we'd lose to Chelsea. I think we will beat Brighton. I just don't think we beat City. I don't.
Yeah, but how many games is City ahead? So there's Brighton. How many games? We've got Brighton. Who we got after that? Is it Fulham?
Match day 33 is City. So 4 games.
We got
3-4 games. So
yeah,
we've got a few tricky games by the time we get to City. It could be all over by the time we get to City. City might be ahead of us. I just think that as fans, yeah, we need to concentrate on the game that's coming up, not on City. City ain't concentrating on us. They already think they're going to beat us at home. We just need to concentrate on the games that we're playing.
Mhm.
Yeah, we need to concentrate on the next game because we're thinking too far ahead. We're thinking too far ahead.
No, I'm thinking about Brighton. No, not Brighton. I'm thinking about Brentford. I'm thinking about Wolves. I'm thinking about Forest.
So
away.
the games we drop points,
Yeah,
Liverpool
I think
and
that's
all
where
that.
fucked
But we
off the league
can't
title.
get those points back. We can't get them points back.
And that's
now.
what I'm saying. I think that's where it went. People still think we're crumbling. I think the crumble has happened. That period of play in those games where we went 180 minutes, didn't score a goal between Forest and Liverpool, hurt us. And the thing is, Wolves and Brentford, we were leading in the game. We dropped those points from winning positions.
Yeah, but you know what it is, yeah? We're here now. We're in the present now. So anything can happen in the world, bro. Anything can happen from here on in. Anything can happen, man. Was City impressive? Was City impressive against Leeds on I never watched the game.
No, thank God. Thank God. Someone has finally said something about that.
Yeah.
See, I mean, all I've been hearing is Arsenal haven't been performing quite well. I agree to that, yeah, because I'm always a moderate thinker. Yeah, this is the thing. But how about Manchester City, bro? The fact there is that most fans or some fans aren't really looking at what City is really doing. I've done watch-alongs with City, in this campaign, and you know what? Yeah, that football hasn't really been good football. It hasn't been great football.
We've said that this whole time.
Our brother BBK Sports was talking about rotation. Arsenal have actually rotated. This is the thing. It's about probably maybe how we rate the quality of our depth. That's another thing. Do we really rate that depth? That's the thing, though. Arsenal have really rotated. We have rotated. Yeah, and sometimes we've come.
So when have we rotated the midfield?
We've come head to head with lots of injuries too to this team too. But we have rotated.
Okay,
in fact, we are the second team. We are the second team to actually have rotation in this league, to be very sincere with you. Second.
Okay. So
if our rotation is
that good.
And again, you know what?
No.
I mean, it's when I want to get my own points across. Everyone wants to talk. When I want to say something, everyone wants to counter me. And I get it. It hurts. I get it. See, BBK Sports, yeah. See, since Rodri came into this Man City team, yeah, he has been playing, bro. He's been playing nearly 90 minutes, bro. What are we doing here? He's been playing nearly 90 minutes.
And how many Premier titles he got?
Bernardo Silva, he has been playing, bro. That's the midfield, bro. He has been playing all true. Yeah, if Vadio didn't have an injury, man would still be playing 90 minutes until the end. O'Reilly, as young as he is, he has been playing too, bro. So, see, what I'm just saying is that even City is feeling the pressure too. Yeah, they played against Leeds. It was stinky football. Sincerely, bro. They played against Newcastle. It was a struggle to get the win. Seriously, it was a big struggle to get the win. But you know what? No one cares, yeah? Because they get the 3 points. Most Arsenal fans don't go to watch the games against Manchester City, playing other teams for the whole 90 minutes. All they just know is, City have won. City have crushed the team. So therefore, they're playing good football. They're good. And that's not, in fact, that's the wrongest way we should be looking at this thing here. Because the way Arsenal is being portrayed in the media, it's so diabolical, bro. Yeah, ugly football. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, everything set piece ugly. This is good. It's not good. Oh, good. So when Liverpool have scored more with set piece goals this season, bro. Oh, they're playing good football. But when Arsenal uses a set piece to score goals, it's now become, it's ugly, it's boring. Bro, come on, man. We all know the narratives out there about Arsenal. Yeah. But again, it is what it is. City is struggling. The pressure is real. A team like Wolves the other day was smashing up Aston Villa. No one was talking about it. No one was talking about it, bro. And this was a team that, including BBK Sports. I mean, BBK Sports, you remember when you said, it's a 3-horse race? Aston Villa 2 is looking good to, be in the mix of that one. Now they're bonded out of that 3 mix right now, innit? So no one is even talking about that right now, yeah? But again, see, the truth of the matter is that the Premier League has become more contestable. These other teams have found a way, to be more competitive in the league. This is all I would say.
Okay. All right. Okay. So first of all, no, the league hasn't gotten more competitive. It's the bigger teams are trying to think like smaller teams. Let's start with that nonsense, because all these other teams like Chelsea, like Arsenal, are not operating the way big teams are supposed to. These teams are all trying to go against the grain of the history of the sport when you look at it from any other league that was big. So that's a false narrative, number one. Number two, Manchester City, we have been said this about this City team, that it's not the same team and they're playing shit football. The problem is this ain't the same City team. They don't have the same players that got them through all the victories, and we still let them back into the race. That's why there's the cause of concern, because even though this is the worst City team that we've seen since Guardiola first got here, and we're still trying to give this league away to them. That's the reason why there's a cause for concern.
Johnny, is this okay? So this is what you're saying. What you and BBK are saying, 100% are correct. But what is the reason? Is it the nerves, the mentality? Is it the players? Is it the manager? Because I don't think everything is down to the manager. The players are on the pitch and they're doing some stupidness at times, giving the ball away.
Bro, but here's the thing. We're seeing the same fuck ups. We're seeing different fuck ups, but the same system. Again, what have we all just said here? We all unanimously agree that if we take it to teams after the first game, after the first goal, this league would be done, correct? We've all said this. There's been too many games where we've dropped points. This game, the game against Wolves, the game against Brentford should have been a blip in the fucking road, and we should still be 8-9 points clear. That's the reality at the end of the day, whether anybody wants to like it or disagree with it. Those games should have been over and done with. Again, everybody.
Bro, the Premier League is not one like that, Gianni.
Yes,
the
it is.
Premier League is not one like that.
Stop lying.
It's not
yes,
one
it
like
is.
that. You
yes,
can't be 15 points ahead, 20 points ahead.
Really?
This is the Premier League, bro.
So when City and
this
Liverpool,
is the Premier League. It's not one like that, Gianni.
Really?
It's not one like that.
So how many points ahead was Manchester City?
When was the last time the Premier League was one like that? At this stage where you're seeing teams leading by 20 points, 16 points, 17 points. When was the last time?
Last year, when Liverpool was 15 points ahead, when Liverpool was 15 points ahead. No. Let's not change it now. No. We're not doing that. We're not having revisionist history, because revisionist history is not history. So when Liverpool and Manchester City had the 97-98 point season, Chelsea was in third place with 72. We've seen this consistently. Liverpool was 15 points ahead last year. The only reason why Arsenal ended with 10 points is because Liverpool didn't give a fuck the last 3 games of the year. Otherwise, that lead would have been even further. So let's stop this bullshit. Whenever the two teams, whenever City and Liverpool were on it, they blitzed the shit teams. We can try to make up all kinds of stories. All this tells me is Arsenal fans forgot what it takes to fucking win. That's all this tells me at the end of the day. Because when City played all the shit teams in that run, they smoked them. The only team that consistently got at City is their bogey team, Spurs. When Liverpool went on their one to win, they smoked them. We're the only team trying to do everything
that's
different.
False. That's what, again, Gianni, that's false. Man City dropped points against Sunderland. That's not their bogey team. Manchester City
Brother, we're talking
points.
this year.
Manchester City dropped points against Brighton. They dropped points against Brighton.
Okay.
That's not their bogey team. So, I mean, see, we could spin it. I could do this all. Bro, we could do this all we want. And again, Gianni, you're on here actually giving talking points to this Manchester City course, yeah? Which one is Manchester City in? Do they have the best manager in the world? Yeah, listen, people, because I'm hearing all sort of narratives. Do they have the best manager to win the goddamn league? Are they that experienced to win the league this week or the next week when they drop points, we start hearing, oh, it's a project club. Because right now, Gianni have just said, oh, okay, there are new players here, they don't have the old players. Good, we hear that. That's a fact, that's a point. But again, which one is City? Are they the most experienced team, or on one hand, or are they a team in project?
No, they're not.
Bro, these guys, they have Semenyo, they have Renius. These are experienced players, bro. What are we doing here, bro?
What did Semenyo win? What has Semenyo won in his career?
City a well-drilled
what has
side?
Semenyo won in his career?
Is City a well-drilled side, ready to win the league, or are they a project side? Let's know what we're talking about.
So what are we talking about then?
Because on one hand, you're saying, oh, they have these new players, they have this thing, it's a kind of like a project going on down there. So, I mean, Arsenal should have the straight right to just run through this league and win the league. Bro, I don't think so, bro. This is the Premier League. It's very competitive. Bro, there will be teams that will take points from you week in, week out, bro. We had Wolves taking points away from Aston Villa just the other day. No one is saying anything about it, bro.
And is Aston Villa supposed to be in this title race? No.
Come on, man. But Gianni,
what do you mean? Come
on, Gianni. Don't forget. I watched
you. So why is it? Gianni, I watched.
Gianni, I watched your channel. You put Aston Villa in the title conversation
because we allowed them to. Because we allowed them to. Sorry whether you like it or not. We were 8 points fucking clear. We've allowed it to get back to 2 because we took games off against shit teams that never deserved to get back into that game. We were up 2-0 against Wolves. Any team that's got balls that goes on to go win a league smokes that team 4-0.
Then why hasn't City gazumped us then? Why hasn't City gazumped us then? If we're that poor and that bad and City is that good, why aren't they 10 points ahead of us, bro?
Oh my God, you're missing.
Because you, bro, you're taking it the other way around.
The City team.
I have to defend myself the other way around too.
No. Let's make this very simple. Where do you rank this Manchester City team out of all the years that you've watched them since Pep?
No. We're not.
Right, of course not. We're not going to do that because then it exposes that $1 billion team is not.
Gianni, we've not seen the output yet. We can't do that. We can't efficiently do that because we've not seen that. We've not seen them win a trophy yet. They might win a trophy this season. You can't evaluate them.
No, it doesn't, bro. No, it doesn't. No, the only reason why you're not doing
can't evaluate that team right now because you don't know if they're gonna win a title or not. Let's wait and see.
Brother,
they have a Carabao Cup final coming up against us. So let's wait and see. You can't rank them right now. You never know. City can still go on to win a treble this season. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know that. And they don't deserve
exactly.
to because the team's been
that's where we are. So then after that, you can now rank them. How about that?
No. When has City ever been this shit this far into a season under Pep?
You don't know if they're shit. Sincerely, you don't know if they're shit right
clear
now.
And gave the lead away.
You don't know. You could call them shit and they could go on and win a treble. Would you still call that team shit at the end of the day? No. So the best basis for you to effectively check where they are as a status, as a team, is by waiting to the end of the season and see what they get for you to be able to say, oh, that team is shit. Because you can't tell me a team is shit and they're winning a treble. Even in the glory days of Manchester City, they never won a treble. How about that?
Okay. So if we rewind back, you're telling me City deserves to be in this title race because this City team is good.
Bro, they got Semenyo, they got McGay. Bro, what are we talking about? They have decent players down there. They have killers, champions down there, bro. What are we talking about? They have Bernardo Silva, bro. They have Rodri, the best midfielder in the world, Ballon d'Or. What are we talking about, bro?
Okay, so if Arsenal doesn't drop the point, so if Arsenal actually did what they were supposed to do, would you be talking like that right now that this City team would be good? No, you wouldn't.
It is what it is. We're in the Premier League. This is going to be hotly contested.
There you go.
These things are going to be hotly contested.
There you go.
Gianni, they are not. Gianni, there are no shit teams in the Premier League. There are no shit teams in the Premier League.
Yes, there is.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm even more nervous.
Wolves up until recently was about to break Derby's record for being the worst team. Stop lying, bro.
I'm even more nervous facing the Evertons and the Wolves than facing Man City.
So should we be blitzing Brighton on Wednesday then?
Yes, we should take the initiative in beating an inferior team. That's what teams that
City,
gotta win do.
Brighton beat City during
An inferior team that took points away from Manchester City. Okay,
Who is
I get
not
it.
a good team.
I get it.
City is not a good team.
I get it. No. Someone just said it's an inferior team. I mean,
They are an
I said
inferior team.
Brighton was an inferior
but they took
team.
points away
Brother,
from Manchester City this season.
Using and cherry picking words to put in a different sentence to make a point. Revisionist history is not history. Sorry, this City team is only in this title race because Arsenal fucked up.
Facts.
If we didn't fuck up and do our job, we're 9 points clear going into match day. What is it now? We're at 20. We're at 30. No, we're at 29. We're going into match day 30 with 9 points. Nobody here would be complaining about anything if we kept the same energy and kept our points. Nobody
Good,
would.
Gianni. Gianni, you know what? Yeah, that's a fair assessment. I completely agree with that. Do you know my rebuttal? My rebuttal is, you know what? Yeah, Man City have also allowed Arsenal to be at the summit of the league. You know why? Because at every instance Arsenal have dropped points this season, they failed to capitalize and go top of the league.
100%. Which is even more.
Yeah,
which is even more the reason why
we can call it even at this point. There is no shitty team in this league. Every team is serious. Every team is hard to beat. Every team has redefined a way on how to actually sit back against Arsenal. So have this team devised the means to actually stifle whatever Manchester City have got. I mean, see, you know what, yeah, people, yeah. Did anyone watch that Leeds versus Manchester City matchup? Anyone? The whole 90 minutes. The whole 90 minutes. BBK, the whole 90 minutes. Leeds Man City. Okay, good. Was that a great performance from Manchester City?
Nope.
No. Okay.
They haven't been good the whole season.
Okay, because the Leeds I'm seeing down there is actually fighting relegation, and they're fucking having something to say against Manchester City. Yeah, so City should be blitzing that side, innit? With the kind of players they have,
but they don't.
With the
because it's not the
Rodriguez,
same
with the
team.
Bernardo Silvas, with the Reniers.
Whoa, hold on.
I don't know. That last name is the perfect. If you don't think that,
the perfect name.
That
last name is the perfect name. Everybody hyped up that fucking bum to Gianni Reinders because nobody watches Serie A. He's a fucking bum. Only shows up when the rest of the team is doing good. That's why he wasn't there for the Scudetto. That's why AC Milan never fucking won again after they got rid of Kessie, because they thought Reinders was something he isn't. Reinders is a fucking bum. Go back and watch Serie A. They do not have a team that's on the same level of what they used to, which is the reason why Arsenal should have already got this league over with. That's exactly my point. If this was prime Kevin De Bruyne and Ilkay Gundogan, it's a different fucking story. It's a different story.
So what do we do from here then? If we got BBK in the corner, that doesn't believe that we're going to win the league. And Gianni, I know you said it on several streams that you still think we will win the league.
Of course, Gianni's
how
a believer.
do we convince BBK that we're going to win the league? What do we need to do as a collective to still win this league?
Two real quick, Taryn, just two things. Don't back off when you get the first goal, and control the game through possession. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. All the teams that have won this league recently, when they get the first goal, they don't let up and they control the game through possession instead of inviting pressure. We're the only team that's trying to do it backwards. We're the only team.
But can you sustain that for a whole game?
Yes. Brother, how many titles did City win doing that?
We're not City.
6.
It doesn't, brother, stop saying that. We're the best team in this league. City is not the same team. Stop saying that. Champions go out and win. The last team that won defending trying to do this shit was Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid. Every single fucking team that wins scores the most amount of goals.
Gianni, I need to bring you back to the light that at the start of this show, you actually agreed with BBK Sports when he said that our midfield is totally in tatters right now, that they're tired, they're completely banged up. I just want to remember you of that point. I share in that vision. I clearly understand, and that's true. That's factual. But if you agree to that point that BBK said, that we're being overrun by fatigue, do you think that's a valid question from Abs? Do you think we can actually sustain that for the whole 90 minutes? I'm just asking because when this
because you
play
know
is
why?
already
This is
completely
a
banged up in
perfect
the middle.
question. Yes, because this is a perfect question because you do more running defending. You do more running defending than you do controlling the ball. If people have common sense and let the ball do the work, like 90% of the other teams in the history of this sport that have won playing possession-based football, the ball moves faster than the players. Perfect example. You control the ball, you dictate the pace, you tire the other team out because they're chasing the ball left, right, and center. We're the only team that's trying to do this a different way. The only team, unless we want to copy Diego Simeone's Atletico. That's the only team in recent memory that didn't control the ball and let the ball do the work.
Quick question.
I don't think we have the. I don't think we have the players with the skill set to actually sustain that for 90 minutes.
We don't have the skill set
argument
to
is
go
coming.
sideways to sideways.
Yeah,
we've been doing it all year.
No.
We've been doing it
I'm
all
talking
year.
of playing high octane football for the whole 90 minutes. That's what I'm talking about.
Brother, you don't
playing
need
high
to.
octane football for the
You
whole
don't
90 minutes.
need to.
We don't have the
my
players
God.
to sustain that kind of technical play.
Okay, let me ask a simple question. Did you watch any of the great teams in the 90s in Italy? Did you watch AC Milan or Inter?
Yeah.
You did?
Bro, I did, bro.
Okay, so then when AC Milan won all them titles, when they were up 2-3-0, what were they doing with the ball? Controlling the ball. That's all they did. They didn't allow the other team any space to control it. So you're telling me
this is the Premier League.
Brother, the Premier League has never hit the heights
brother.
of that Serie A. Sorry. There's been 7 different teams that won a league title.
No, we don't even have to go into that. We don't even have to go into that. We don't even have to go into that. We don't even have to go into that argument. Yeah, because I could also say that most of the teams that actually won in their heydays in Italy, just maybe they were a member of the mafia, and actually there was a lot of things that was going on behind the scenes. Yeah, I could say that. Yeah, I could go petty. I could go petty like that. Yeah, if you want to go petty, I can go petty. I'm a petty
Brother, nobody's talking
but
petty.
I'm not going to go that route. I'm not going to go that route. No, Gianni, I'm not going to go that route. Yeah, I'm not going to go that route. That's what I would say. This is the Premier League. There's a different way we play here. There's a different way. There's a different simulation down here. There's a different way people hold on to the ball. There's a different way you keep possession of the ball. It's not the way you're looking at it, bro. And I don't think we have the certain kind of... Bro, look at the monsters you're comparing this Arsenal players to. Bro, Italy in the 90s, bro. Bro, we don't have those kind of breeds leaving again. We don't have them,
So we can't
bro.
play sideways to sideways for 70 minutes.
I get you, but we don't have that kind of personnel that can actually sustain that kind of high-octane kind of football that they played in the 90s in Italy, bro. Bro, I even find it disrespectful to even compare them with the players we have right now. We don't have nothing like that. There'll nothing be like that again. Never.
BBK, chime into all of this, yeah? Is possession football the way forward for Arsenal to win this league, in your opinion?
That's part of it. Because here's the thing: possession-based football is a part of defense. If we have the ball, you can't score. Right? It's pretty simple. Like, football has become like these modern day football managers would have you think football has evolved into this complex machine. Like, no, it's simple. We keep the ball, you can't score. We pass the ball around you. We've seen international level, different this league, that league. We've seen Spain win a Euro, a World Cup, and a Euro playing possession-based football. Like, yep, that's it. Jesus, what a comment! What a comment! And here's the thing, right? If we take it back to Arsenal, we had a week off for the first time in a long time, and our players still look tired. Our players still look tired because those miles that they've been running. We have two of our mainstay midfielders have 2,400 minutes each. There is no Man City midfielders over two. I think Bernardo Silva is the only player in Man City's midfield over 2,000 minutes. They have been managed, and watch them get.
That's because their midfield has been overridden by injuries. Rodri has been injured all season, mind you. It just came back.
Moving forward, with players that are already tired and showing signs of burnout because their performances have dipped. We've seen Timber play 28 games. The first 26, brilliant. The past 2 games, before this Chelsea game, people were saying, what happened to Timber? He's tired. His levels are dropping because he is knackered, bruv. And these guys are not going to sub themselves out. I was shocked that I saw Declan Rice ask for a sub because he doesn't have the makeup as someone, but he has nothing to give because they're running without the ball too damn much because of the setup. Yeah, go. no player, no kid falls in love with football playing without the football. So no one can convince me that these guys want to be out there without the football moving. No, we want to have the ball, play possession-based football. Like Wenger won all his titles playing possession-based football. And this low block thing is a myth. Wolves did not play a low block against us. Wolves came out to play and got an equalizer. So this low block thing that's running everything. Nah, bro, you think teams are opening up against Pep? He got 6 league titles out of it. No one opened up against Jurgen Klopp. He got every trophy you can win out of it. Why is it the low block only an issue for us? No, well, you got a manager who gets paid 15.6. You figure it out. Brighton are not going to park the bus against us, so we have no excuse to win that. Brighton play honest football.
So how do we play against Brighton then on Saturday on Wednesday then?
Attack them better than they attack us because we have the better defense. I want to see us go at every other team. We're going to attack you better than you because we have players. We have players. So let's not do this control thing. Because control can lead to a slip, it can lead to a switch off, it can lead to a bad referee call. How about you do your business, you put 3 goals on the board, a referee decision goes against you, you win the game still 3-1. You up 1-0, you decide to sit back, a referee decision goes against you, it's 1-1, you drop points. Build the game off. Give yourself some room, some buffer. We are better than Brighton. They've won 9 Premier League games all season. We've won 19. No disrespect to Brighton with all the disrespect to Brighton. You're 11th for a reason. We're where we are. We'll impose our will upon you. Like, take the game to the teams. I'm just tired of sitting back, cardiac sitting at the edge of your seat every single game, bro. It's tiring, bro. And there's just on the law of averages, you play that way over 9 games, it's gonna bite you. Playing on the edge like that. Give ourselves an abundance of chances, score some goals. Yeah, we take more risk in our own damn box playing out from the back than we do in the opposition's box. Trossard cutting back 3-4 times. What's wrong with this brother? Bench him against Brighton, please. Because against his former team, he's gonna do the same fuckery. Gonna get excited and they sold me it. Nah, take the risk down there. I'm gonna touch this Gyökeres after the ball yesterday. I'm not sure because we're not creating overloads and schemes to get the ball in the box to him. We can play better football. But the timidness, it's just right. We are old enough. Just quickly, I'll end on this. We are old enough to know what a Premier League winning team looks like for us and for every other team. We knew what Premier League winning Arsenal teams look like. This ain't it. 2-0 up at Wolves and leaving. Come on, man. This is not Premier League winning football. Now we might get away with it, but the law of averages said we won't. From where we were postured on February 1st to go 9 points clear. Man City, no Man City fan or player should be able to say on today, March 2nd, that if we win our games, we'll win the league. They shouldn't be allowed to say that. But we gave him that olive branch. So that's where my PTSD is right now.
I fully understand that as well, you know. It's not like I don't understand that. But guys, just speaking of defense share, I want to talk on Raya quickly. Because I think we can discuss our style of play all night. But I wanna speak about Raya because I think Raya saved us in a few games this season as well. Especially yesterday, that save that he done near the end. The title could have been all over. What's your thoughts on Raya? And in terms of class, is he getting into any conversations yet, or does he still have to win something like everyone else says he has to win? But on ability alone, where we at with Raya now? Is he knocking on doors? Because he seems to be like always in the conversations, or always up there with the most clean sheets. I think he's got 11, I think, and Donnarumma's got 10, or they're both on the same clean sheets. What you man saying on Raya?
Good shot stopper. Nobody's taking anything away from him. I've said it for time. Anybody who tried to blame Raya for that goal against Wolves, it wasn't his fault. If a goalie, it's elementary school shit. If you come out and say my ball, the defender should be getting out of the fucking way. Raya's been good all season. Raya's been good for the last 2-3 years. The question goes back to the manager with his tactics again of what you're doing with the goalie, taking him out. We all know Raya is one of the best shot stoppers in Europe. Anybody who tries to argue against that ain't watching ball. We should all know that he's a good shot stopper. He puts himself in questioning decisions and positions, whether it's on him or the manager is telling him to do that. But shot stopper, he's one of the best in Europe. I don't even think there needs to be a question as far as that.
BB. Oh, yeah, BB. Someone call you BB.
Yeah, so like well, James, Burner Boy, and that. Yeah. The thing is, I think we got a few problems at Arsenal Football Club. I don't think Raya is one of them at the minute. I don't think he's kept us in more games than he has cost us.
Exactly.
If I'm gonna put it that
No,
way.
no, but that wasn't my question to you both. Yeah, I'm not. I'm asking you on the scale, like in the world, should we be having conversations about him being
as the world's best goalkeeper,
or are you guys not there yet?
No. I think you got guys like Donnarumma, you got guys like Allison and Oblak and Courtois and all them, man. There's the next tier. He's in that next tier. I think he's serviceable goalkeeper, but he doesn't have that. If a player is clean through on goal, if that's Allison on goal or Courtois, they're thinking twice. I have to get this perfectly. I don't think Raya has that
presence
around him.
Presence.
Yeah, he doesn't have that, and part of it is because he's not physically imposing. I think he's like 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, that's
There's
right.
something about having a guy in the damn goal that's 6'5", like that Courtois man. And that's one of the things why I never put any stock in XG, because who are you one-on-one against? Was it Allison? Was it Courtois? Or was it Onana? Because if it was Onana, you can close your eyes and take a shot. It's going in. You know, you damn near have to be perfect to get by Courtois, Allison, and all these men. And yeah, so I think Raya is a serviceable goalkeeper. I just don't. Yeah, once he starts winning and racking up Golden Gloves, he can put the accolades on the table. Then we're like, now we can have a conversation. But he's not. He's
it's
not
only
there
when
yet.
it comes to our club, yeah, that there has to be conversation. You know what I mean? Like only unless we win something, a player seems to be world class, and it's frustrating, but it seems like that's the basic, innit? You know,
I'm there with our defenders, because our defenders, I think everybody wants them. I don't think every club in the world wants Raya. I think every club in the world, if Saliba and Gabriel become free agents tomorrow, they're lining up. Even Timber, they're lining up to get their services. Don't think they're doing that for Raya at the moment.
Facts.
I hear it. So moving on, we're gonna, finish the show soon. Rice, he's looking a bit tired. As BBK said, he's looking tired, looking very tired. Would you risk him on Wednesday? He looks tired. Would you rotate him? I don't know if Norgard can't play in that 8 position.
He came on.
Nah.
The problem is Rice shouldn't even be in that position. We've gotten this wrong the whole season.
This is what I'm saying. It sounds like we're
Rice.
being
Come on,
revisionist.
if we really look at Rice here, you want to have the uncomfortable conversation. Rice is one of the best holding midfielders in Europe. He gives every single holding midfielder a run for his money because of his engine. The problem is we're not playing him in the proper position.
Facts.
Tony's been right to give Zubamendi the accolades that he has, because Zubamendi has surprisingly been very good in a more forward position. So again, there's an old saying in sports: if you're going to play the hot hand, play the hot hand. If he's been the one that's been getting the goals, why don't you keep him in that position and let Rice? We just said about the defenders, right? If you're telling me that you got Rice sitting in front of that defense, and everybody is healthy and we're not being ran into the ground, who is really scoring on us?
We can, if we put Declan Rice in front of our defense, we can play 2 10s.
Damn near.
That's a very good point. Yeah, that's a very great point. But I want to take you back, to the game. Do you guys remember the game that Declan Rice was with the ball, was keeping possession of the ball? Yeah. And some player just came up and took the ball away from him. Tap, tap, boom. The defense is open. Tap, tap, boom. They scored a goal. Do you guys remember that game? This was 2 games ago.
You talking about the?
Against Spurs.
For the Tottenham game.
Spurs.
Yeah,
against Spurs. Exactly. Against Spurs. Yeah. Now that's someone that's talismanic as Declan Rice. Yeah. Who we can say, okay, good, let's even put in that number 6 position. And he was just inches away from our back 4. And he went on to give the ball away. The thing is that even Declan Rice this season, bro, let's call a spade a spade. He hasn't really been that tremendous this season, bro. I mean, the
But
accolades just
Tony, do
came
you
for
put
him
that?
too
Do you put that
much,
down playing?
too much, and now it's unraveling.
I agree with you, but my
mean,
question for you is this: is it because it's unraveling because he's gassed and tired as hell because he's not playing in his proper position, or is it because the other thing you could say is we've seen Rodri, who's won a Ballon d'Or, make mistakes like that before in the past. We have. We saw him do it at Atletico. We've seen him do it at times at City, and he makes up for it. The great players make up for their mistakes. Rice in that number 6 gives everybody a run for their money in that position across Europe. And if
I
you
hear you,
manage
but
his
at the tail
minutes,
end of last season,
it's
at the
not
tail end
only
of
the
last season,
fatigue.
it fizzled out. 2 seasons ago, tail end of
Correct.
last season, it fizzled out.
Correct.
It's now a recurring factor in his game that every season, at the tail end of the season, he's usually gassed out, and this kind of things happen to him.
But Tony, what
I
I'm
mean,
asking you is this: is it because he's playing out of position? Because even though they're nowhere near on the same level or fought anywhere near, I remember watching Declan Rice with West Ham not only play European football, but also in the Premier League, do decent, and was nowhere near as gassed as he was because of the fact that he wasn't playing out of position. He knows what he's doing in that number 4.
He played in the pivot with.
When
Yes,
he
he
was
played in the
scoring
pivot,
goals
but he sits
early
further
in the
back.
season, last season, this season, when he was scoring goals, everyone was saying, "Oh, he's good in that number 8 position." Oh, when he scored against Real Madrid, people were saying, "Oh, okay. Oh,
Brother,
allow him
I've
to
never
attack the
said,
space and go to that number 8
I've
area.
never said
Let him go."
you,
Suddenly
Tony,
now everyone is now backtracking. Everyone now wanted to be
Tony,
a
I
sole
haven't been on
defensive
YouTube.
midfielder. I mean, I hear you. We
First
can
of
go through
all,
all that stuff.
first of all, I have
if we
never
start
said.
going to everyone's channels, we would find lots of people who were saying, "Hey, you know what?
That's cool. Lots of people
fancy
ain't me.
Declan Rice in that number 8 position." I know
That's
many
cool.
people
Lots
that
of
said
people
it.
ain't me.
You know, I
Lots
know
of
many
people
people
ain't
that
me.
said it, and one of
Lots
them
of
is
people.
smiling.
That's
One
cool.
of them
That
is
ain't
having a
me.
cheeky smile right now.
Again,
Yeah, and
lots of people ain't me, Tom.
It is what it is.
You ain't looking at me.
But
Lots of people ain't me. Again, anybody
I
with.
hear you. I hear you on that.
So again,
I thought he was pointing at me, but I ain't got a t-shirt on, so
either way, again,
we got Francis.
what we were talking about previously with possession-based football
Who's this?
and what we're talking about now can be intertwined in the conversation of what's going on with people being tired and us being stagnant. We have been Declan Rice, if his job is to just win the ball back and put the ball back going forward, is one of the best in the world at this. He's one of the best in the world at it. Zubimendi has shown a huge progression for his first year in the Premier League to be doing what he's doing as far as the offensive phase of the game. We should be playing the hot hand and doing what the guys are best at in order to go through to improve our chances of winning this title. Again, Rice has scored some good goals going forward in the 8. I hear it, but that's not him. He took West Ham to help and win a freaking title, the first time in God knows how long they've won any type of silverware, playing in his best position. Since he's been moved out of his position, there are flaws in his game going forward. I think we can all agree on that. For me, again, going off the ideas of this defense is already one of the best, if not the best defense in all of Europe, and gets that much better to where then what we talk about with possession-based football and more freedom on the ball can come if guys are being played in their proper positions. This goes aligned with what we're saying with everything else, because again, the problem is not just with Rice being out of position. We said earlier, Eze too. Eze had a shit game yesterday. But is it because Eze got dragged back to the Odegaard position rather than him being further forward against Spurs? So again, if you put people in their best positions, we should be thriving and winning this league. This all culminates to what we're talking about is why, again, I've said for time, I still think Arsenal should be winning 2 trophies this year.
Yeah.
Got the curse just come out when he just.
Oh,
mentioned-
Gianni is
I
out.
peeped it took longer than 46 minutes to come the other day, man.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to the waiting room in the building as well. Look at that. Listen, look at those minutes there, man. A big experienced Brentford player only getting 46 minutes, man. Come on, Tony. What do you say about Arteta not rotating properly? Look at the amount of minutes Zubi's played compared
I mean,
to
that's down to the manager, isn't it? That's down to the manager. And again, you see, we've always
is he
talked
keeping him
about the
fresh for
manager
the last 9 games?
See, yeah, you have to call the manager in situations, yeah, that you have to call him out on, yeah, and I've always done that. The manager, I mean, even if it seems that he has been rotating the team in some way, yeah. To be very sincere with you, he has rotated Bukayo Saka with Madueke this season. We've seen it; it has happened. He's rotated whenever Kai Havertz is there, or you know. The thing there is that the manager still have a lot. He still has a lot. He still got a lot to do, bro. This is the thing. He still has a lot to learn. That's where I'm at. It's a baby manager. This is where I'm at with Mikel Arteta. So that's why instead of just talking about the same thing again and again, I've already resigned my faith. That this is where we are with this manager. This is what we get. You bring in someone from Brentford who's the captain of Brentford and give him that little amount of minutes. Why bring in a player when you don't simply trust the player? So, I mean, people, yeah, it is what it is. I'm tired of this Mikel Arteta thing. I already know. I want the manager out. It is what it is. We're where we are. But the thing there is that let's just go through the season first. That's where my head is in right now. Let's just get through the season first. Let's maneuver our way to this title. Yeah, there's no genius thing here. Let's just maneuver our way to this title. And then just maybe we can talk about Tonali coming in the summer. Just maybe. Just maybe. And to be very frank with you, I think it eases what Gianni is actually talking about. I fancy Declan Rice in that number 6. I think it's better protection. But again, I mean, even him too, yeah. If we've seen positions earlier in 2 seasons ago where we left him in that number 6 position, and it was been overrun in this same league. So whether we route Declan Rice in whatever he does in that position, bro, it is what it is. I've seen him overrun as a sole defensive midfielder for Arsenal, bro. Yeah, so it is what it is. But where I'm at is, at the end of the season, we can address this. We can bring in players that maybe a new manager trusts, or maybe if Mikel Arteta wins this, maybe he can go bring in midfielders that he trusts to be able to give someone like Declan Rice, maybe put him in his real position. Maybe in that number 6, no problem. But then when I have questions, what do we do with Zubimendi that we brought for big time money from Real Sociedad? Do we send him away, or do we put him in that number 8 position? I'm still skeptical about putting Martin Zubimendi in that 8 position.
No, you keep him, Tony. You keep him. What are you talking about? Tony, Man City,
in that
title winning Man City had Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and Gundogan at the same time. They never started all 4 of them. What you mean? What you're going to do with Zubimendi? You keep him as part of the rotation.
As part of the, but not as part of your starting XI though, right?
But those 4 players that I know, Tony, those 4 players that I just named for Man City starts for every other team.
That's Man City. I'm talking of Arsenal. Brother, so what happens with Arsenal?
The title-winning standard, man. Stop this fuckery about this. Focus on Arsenal. We're focusing on ourselves. I've got a second. Let's look at what the winners do. The formula is there. You're trying to reinvent the wheel, Tony.
I swear.
Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. The formula is there. This is how you win league titles. Do what the winners do. Rotate your goddamn team. One has 46 minutes, one has 2,400. How? Come on, man. The formula is there. We don't have to reinvent football in 2026 to appease Mikel.
No one is saying reinvent. No, I'm not. BBK,
No, but
you've
when you said,
completely.
what are we going to do with Superman?
Brother,
missed
but
the
what
track
are we going to
here.
do with him?
Brother, but what
You
you're saying is
missed
a
the track here.
contradiction of what you
We
said
were
earlier.
talking about Declan Rice. We were talking about Declan Rice, putting him or playing him in his rightful position, which is the number 6, which was what you, Gianni, said. That
Correct.
we should put him down there, right? Good.
Correct.
And now I'm now looking at this from the standpoint from the Arsenal team. Yeah. Fan. Arsenal team. Good. We'll remove Martin Zubimendi from that number 6 position. Yeah. We'll draft him up to that number 8 position, innit? And put Declan Rice in that number 6 position to protect our back 4. Good.
Yep.
Now, does it mean that Martin Zubimendi would be a bit part player? Is that what we're looking at right now? That's all I've said. And BBK went on that
But he's not a bit part player. Was Gundogan ever a bit part player?
BBK is my brother. I mean, you can throw that
He
around
was the
too.
captain
But
armband.
that's all I've said.
There were important games that he didn't start. This is what I'm saying, bro. But when you have one guy playing 2,400 minutes and one playing 46, that is lunacy. It's criminal behavior, and that's one of the reasons why we are in this position, about to lose the damn league, because he hasn't rotated the squad properly. The toothpaste is out of the tube.
BBK Sports. That was why Abs asked a simple question: would you put Nordgaard in that number 8 position? I said no. Gianni said no. Did you say no?
No, but you put him in the 6 and keep Zubimendi up there.
That's it. Who do we have to put in that number 8 position? Because Kai Havertz is injured.
Lewis Skelly.
Obviously.
Lewis Skelly, the guy who's not supposed to be playing left back.
Oh, really? So we should start experimenting in that position in the season.
So when he tore up Atletico
we should start
Madrid
doing
in the Champions
experiments
League
in the season now.
Wait a minute.
No, Gianni, I'm learning it because right now what you're now saying is that it's suddenly now good to actually experiment right now. Let's experiment in the team. But when it blows up in our faces, Arsenal, why you got them experimenting in the middle of the season and a title chase? I mean, pick one. Let's pick one. Let's pick one fight here, bro. Let's pick one fight here.
Okay, so did you watch the Atletico game in the Champions League?
Bro, I did. Bro,
okay.
That's in Europe, bro. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
So Atletico Madrid's not better than 90% of this league.
Bro, it's not gonna work in this league, bro. Martinelli has double figures, nearly double figures, yeah. Nearly, he wants to even actually shut out Thierry Henry's record in Europe. But right here in England.
So then just answer me this: is Lewis Skelly a left back? Is Lewis Skelly a left back?
Yeah, I think he's good as a left back. Yes.
No,
yes.
That's all I gotta hear.
He's not.
That's all I gotta hear.
And I also think because you never allow him to finish. And I also think that he's also good, or he can do something in midfield too. He had a good season when he played as a left back for us. Are you just saying that?
When did he have a good season
when he played in left back? So what do you mean by that's all I need to hear? He had a good season when he played that left back for us. So what you just did now is actually I don't really understand that.
When did he do good at left back?
When he played as a left back for us. And again, I also do think he could also play in midfield. But again, I think that would also be experimenting because we have not played him in a couple of games down there to be able to understand, hey, how does this game go? Can we really sustain this? We don't know about that.
Okay, so just really quickly, when was Lewis Skelly good at the left back position? Because what I remember was the only way he could get into the team was the left back position, which was last year. And again, as we already laid the foundation, if Liverpool doesn't give up the last 3 games of the season, we lose.
Again.
We lose. So what? If he was back last season, why was it that because Liverpool gave up at the tail end of the season, we got within 10 points? Because if he was so good, why were we down by 15 points when he played half a season at left back? He's never been good. He got taken to school against PSG. What are we talking about here?
You're picking individual games. I'm talking of holistically. Generally, he was a good left back last season.
Right, a good left back for a team that finished 10 points behind the winners.
That's a left back.
10
That's
points.
what I'm saying.
10 points. 10 points behind.
But okay, there are individual games where he's going to bump it. Even Declan Rice gave away a goal against Tottenham. What are we talking about? You make individual mistakes in individual games. It doesn't really tell how the whole season is for you.
Again, left back, 10 points behind. The numbers speak for itself. We can twist it whatever way you want. At the end of the day, if Liverpool doesn't give up, we lose the league by 15, and it nullifies that whole talk. So again, it doesn't matter.
I hear
The numbers
you.
speak for
I
itself.
think it's good in that left back position, and I also think you can do something in midfield. But again, we're in mid-season. We can't start experimenting on that. That's what I'm saying. You can't be too sure what you're gonna get in it. What if he goes in and again? Yeah. See, Gianni, BBK Sports. Let's don't act as if we've not seen our brother Mars Lewis Kelly give the ball away in the middle of the park. He did it this season.
That's what midfielders do.
He gave away the ball against Spurs.
When has there been a player that's perfect?
I'm just saying that even him playing as a midfielder, we don't know. It's still an experiment because we've seen him lose the ball in midfield and to put us in more deeper situations. So we can't say about that right now. He's not tested.
You ever seen Sess lose the ball in midfield?
What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
I've seen it. I've seen Sess.
I've seen Zidane lose the ball in midfield.
Yeah,
I've seen Zidane lose the ball in midfield. What the fuck are we talking about here?
I want my midfielders to lose the ball, trying to break the lines. That's the problem with our captain. He never take that risk to try to break the lines. He's always doing this safe pass shit. This is why our attack looks so slow and so predictable. Because we see Odegaard breaking down our attack. You know what the ball sees? What Arteta sees? He sees retention, ball retention, keeping possession. Nah, bro, you had the runner, but you weren't brave enough to break the line. You're gonna give the ball away in the midfield. That's why those midfielders, the minutes are so taxing.
Exactly. Oh, look at this point. Yeah, it's also, bro, barely no games. So how can you put someone who has had barely no games too, even in that midfield? Why would you trust our midfield to someone like that? So because I'm skeptical about that. But again, let me put you guys on the line. I already know that Gianni wanting to walk straight into that number 8 position.
Tony,
do you want Mike Lewis Kelly to walk straight into that number 8 position? Is that what you want?
The opportunity is there.
What's O'Reilly doing for Man City right now?
Yeah.
Wait, seriously. No, people. No.
Yeah, hey, he took the position from that
this has to be the back of the TV I'm watching.
He took the position from that fucking bum
play that Undertaker sound.
Exactly.
The Undertaker sound. Abs, that Undertaker sound, please, bro. Oh, my days. Lord Jesus. Wait. BBK Sport. Wait. Oh, my days. BBK Sport, wait. Did I hear right? You just said you want Miles Lewis Kelly to play in that number 8 position. You want a player who has had fewer games this season at left back, who has had fewer games at midfield. He's only played in midfield for us once, and that was in a cup game. You would entrust him in that number 8 position in this team.
How many times
am I hearing correctly?
For us?
No, am I hearing? Bro, he got hacked off from there immediately, bro.
Less games.
He got hacked off from that position immediately, bro.
That's experiment.
Bro, Bukayo Saka got hacked off from that number 10 position immediately, bro.
Yeah, but he tried it, didn't he?
You don't just do that in a team. You don't just do that. You don't just do that in team sport. Just hack off someone and bring someone in an unknown world, bro. If you're even telling me about right back and left back, I'll say, okay, maybe we're onto something. Yeah, we've done it before. Yeah, Thomas Partey has played right back before. It's blown up in our faces. Yeah, I mean, what's this fascination with us and fitting in players into situations that they are not really familiar with?
He's a natural midfielder, bro.
He's a midfielder.
He's a natural midfielder, but when has he played for midfield for Arsenal? This is the question, bro.
You speak as though the minutes aren't there to be had. Just because the manager chooses not to play him doesn't mean he can't play there. The minutes have been there to be had. We had 2 unused subs yesterday. Could we have used those subs yesterday?
Against Atletico, didn't you?
Yeah. In such a crucial game like the Chelsea game, and if he bumps that and then they equalize, then it will be in-game management non-existent. I'm looking at it in 2 different dimensions.
Simple question then. We win the title at the end of this season, right? we win the title at the end of the season, and we win the League Cup. It happens the way that we want it, right? Coming next season, because there's already talk now from Tuto Marcacho and everything else that
left back in it.
Well, not only us looking at a left back, but the Italian fucking bum is already talking about that he would like to play for Rome. That came out 9 hours ago. So, with that being said, if you're telling me we're gonna go out and go get another left back, what's it now? The 10th one that we fucking bought? Does Louis Skelly deserve to get an opportunity as a midfielder next year to be rotation, along with another guy? Because what I'm hearing is that because it's too far into the season, we shouldn't be using him. But then the question then asks is, well, do you throw the same thing for Nwaneri if he was still here? Because Nwaneri and Skelly should have been rotated in this midfield the whole time from the beginning of the season, so we aren't dead. I hear what you're saying about the experiment part. I hear it, Tony. But at the same time, if Zubamendi or Rice, God forbid, snap something in one of the next legs, then what's going to be the question afterwards? Are we then going to do an experiment of moving Odegaard to the 8 and playing Eze up there? Because whether we like it or not, this is part of the problem of the non-rotation. You have to experiment. That's part of the problem. I hear with what you're saying with not wanting to experiment this far in the season, but it also can't hurt with all the issues going on. Again, Skelly, if anything, when we fucked up by playing that bum and he hurt himself in the fucking warm-up against Wigan, Skelly should have been in the midfield regardless. Because here, we experimented with Eze. We experimented with Eze playing further up the pitch when we already knew what he could do further up the pitch against Spurs. And we took him off the field and we let the bum Odegaard come back into the fucking team. When we know Eze should have been playing the whole time after that Spurs game. So whether we like it or not, the experiment is going to have to happen because these guys need a breather. If we're trying to go for every single trophy that we want, if we're trying to be a quadruple team or a treble team or a domestic treble team, guys need to have a rest. So you're going to have to experiment one way or another. I'm not sitting here and saying that Miles Lewis-Skelly immediately walks in over Zubamendi. But if we're up 2-3-0 by the 50th, 55th minute, Skelly should be given that game time to get up to game speed for the long haul.
You mean like a Tottenham?
And this is what
game. Like the Tottenham game. You could experiment there.
Again, I dig that. No, I completely dig what you're saying, bro. It's just that.
Right. And I understand what you're saying, too. I don't want to upset the balance. I'm not trying to sit here and tell you, fuck Zubamendi, he's a piece of shit, he shouldn't play, and Skelly should be the 8. We're not saying that. What we're saying is the rotation needs to happen, and with the rotation, you're going to have to experiment to let these guys get a breather if we're trying to win. If we're not trying to win, if the only title that we're really trying to go for is the Premier League,
then sure, run them into the ground. BBK wasn't, I get what you're saying, but BBK wasn't alluding to rotation. BBK was alluding to he's ready to play.
That's why you said the minutes are available for him to try to get
bro. BBK is saying something different. You saying something. I completely understand what you're saying. Yeah, we should. If talking in terms of rotational policy, I completely agree to that because we already have knackered players in that midfield. Completely agree
Tony,
to that.
Remember, that's
BBK
what he said.
Was like, no, he should get into that number 8 position straight away. Like it shouldn't even be some sort of rotational policy. No. Go there and play in that number 8 position.
No, that's what Tony, if you remember what he said, no. What he said was, when you asked him, should he get the number 8, you said yes, because the minutes are there for him to get to be able to give these guys breathers. He was never saying that.
Then what about Kai Havertz? Bro, we're talking about experience number 8. Okay, good. Someone who's played number 8
Havertz
in our
isn't a
team.
number 8, brother. You know that. He's a 10. If anything, Havertz should be the rotation for Eze.
No. He's played that left center mid. No, he's played that left center mid.
And it didn't work. How many points have we dropped with him
doesn't
playing
matter.
as the
You can
left
use
eight?
a more experienced player in at that point.
I get that he's a more experienced player, but he's more of a 10.
You can use a more experienced player at that point. And Kai Havertz is a more experienced player.
But he's a more experienced player as a 10.
Kai Havertz, even if he's not the end, he doesn't have the end product that I like. It's not my typical kind of forward that I like. he still has proven that he can pop up in different positions. Even if you tuck him into that
but
number
not the
8 position,
eight.
it
But
could
remember
go in
when
that
we-
number
but
10.
remember
It could
when
go
we
to
played
left
him as an
centre mid,
8.
which is the position, right centre mid. It could pop up from the wings. It could do anything.
Correct.
He's a
But
versatile
remember,
guy.
but
He's a very
again, at this
technical
point of
player.
the season, you play players in their best position because it's all about getting the results, like we all said at the beginning.
Again, I hear you. So now someone is really telling me in this team you would rather go for a Maz Lewis Kelly in that number 8 rather than a Kai Havertz who's fully fit.
No, because I want Kai Havertz to come in.
Who could give you lots of
because
things?
I want Kai Havertz
Who could give
to
you
do
lots of things technically in that team than Maz Lewis Kelly?
But here's part of the problem with that. Havertz is better at a 10 than he is an 8. We saw when we first got Havertz and we tried to put him in the 8 that we dropped points because he wasn't up to the task in the midfield in that position. Havertz has gotten 2 big money moves based on the fact that he was a good number 10 in Germany. They misused him at Chelsea. They tried playing him at 10, was spotty. We brought him over here. We tried him in the 8, and it didn't work. That's why Rice got put into the 8 when we bought him, when Thomas Partey was still the number 6. He lost his spot at the 8. He should be the backup 10. As they should be the number 10, he should be the backup 10. Odegaard, if you want to make the argument that Odegaard could be the rotationary 8 because the way he's playing fits that role better, I hear it. But Havertz is a 10. You want him closer up the pitch to the striker. That's what he's always been good at. Even
and from that number 8 position, he could still be in that number 10.
Yes, but if we're having the problems in the midfield with the defense, that's where
he moves around.
He does move, but he leaves us open defensively. Exactly with what you said.
Then you have to pick your poison. At this point, you have to pick your poison.
That's why I said,
do you really want to attack
him
teams, or do you really want to sit back? If you want to be a possession-based team, then okay, good. I don't see any harm in tucking in one forward there who could roam around, the spaces, roam around the area. Maybe play just in behind Victor Gyökeres, go through the wings, go to the left, go to the right. He can do it. Aerially, he gives us that much possession aerially too. So again, it depends on how you want to look at it. Yeah. Or do you want us to be more defensive? Then maybe I can hear that. Defensively, okay, good. There's no need because he'll be a -1 kind of player defensively. But again, if you play in high-octane football, you don't have any other person because I can put Nogard, who is generally a defensive midfielder, I put him down number 8. I'm still skeptical about Maz Kelly playing in that place because he hasn't gotten game time, number 1, and secondly, I cannot trust someone who hasn't played in our midfield for at least twice this season. He's only played there once, and that's in a cup game to an inferior team. So it is what it is, bro. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but again, the word experiment, it terrifies me. Yeah.
But the manager experiments all the time.
It terrifies me.
That's the problem. I hear you.
It
but the manager's doing it
too. I've seen Thomas Partey play that right back. And that put that guy where he is right now, bro. I've seen lots of things going on, gone wrong with experiments in this team. I don't want it to happen again. So it is what it is. I mean, even Gianni, mind you, you've totally forgotten that you've talked about Calafiore leaving this football club. You don't want to see him here. And I hear you. I get it. Because man is not really even, fit enough to play for this football club. Yeah, even me, I want him out. But it's not that I'll be in that permanent push to push him out, though. But I see sense in getting him out of the football club and bringing in someone who might, be able to play. Now, if Calafiore was injured almost all the time this season, at least you will have a backup for Nkapi.
Yeah, I hear that.
At least you will have a backup.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah. So if Calafiore goes, who's gonna be that backup down there for Nkapi, though?
It should have been Calafiore from the beginning. Calafiore shouldn't have been the starting left back at the beginning. What are we doing here? We got a championship.
But you want him out anyway. You want him out anyway.
At the end of the season.
Yeah. So when he goes out, what's gonna happen? Who's gonna be the
another
left back down there that we have?
Yeah, you go get another backup left back and you move Skelly into more rotation for the midfield next year. Same thing we're going to do with Nwaneri when he comes back. I hear you for right now. Again, I hear it. But at the same time, Skelly's not a natural player. I believe in playing people in their natural positions because they're going to do better. That's why we're seeing Eze getting held back when he's pulled farther back, even though he's a 10. It's across the board with the team.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. But I mean, the BBK thing about Matt Lewis Kelly walking straight up into that number 8 position. It's still, it did me dirty in that way, bro. But anyway, no problems, bro. Walk straight into that number 8, bro. When we have Kai Havertz, come on, man, and we're running for a goddamn title, won a title race. Oh, BBK Sport, don't do that, bro. Don't do that, bro. I would not put Matt Lewis Kelly down there when I have Kai Havertz to play in my number 8 position. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, Gianni. I'm even shocked you're agreeing to this, bro. I'm so shocked because I know you know the technicalities of the game. Why would you prefer a Matt Lewis Kelly down there than a Kai Havertz? I still don't get it. Is it in terms of the experience? Is it in terms of the technical ability? I don't really understand that, though.
We're going to have to wrap up, Tony. Tony, we're going to have to wrap up because man, I need to go. I think, it's nearly 2 hours. I only wanted to do an hour. We've done an extra 15 minutes. These Monday Night Madness, this is why it's called Monday Night Madness, yeah? Because the conversation just evolves into some craziness. I think we need to come back to this conversation at some point. But, guys, it's been excellent today, as always. Gianni, thank you for your time. I know you've had a lot of things that you've had to do to make that sacrifice to get on the show as well. And you know what, big up to BBK as always, making the show as well. I know he's just come back from the gym and all them things there. And Tony, my co-host, doing the madness today. Guy was going mad.
It is what it is.
Going mad. Yeah.
I
know why.
This exchanges with Gianni and BBK Sport. Yeah, this is great. This is good. It's good for the channel.
I see BBK.
It's good for us. It's good for us to get perspectives into lots of things. I learn more from Gianni. I go to his channel. I watch more from him. I go to BBK Sport. BBK, my brother. I go down to his channel. I watch his stuff. This guy's a great guy. So it's
don't come over there anymore, Tony. Stay your ass here. You're getting on my last name.
Hey, Tony.
I'm done arguing with your ass, Tony.
You have to stop believing, my bro. You have to stop believing, my bro. I'm ready to stay here until we win the league. Because you know what? Yeah, I want to dangle it. Pause. I want to dangle that trophy.
Oh, no. We're not doing all this shit again.
And then when we win it, I want to dangle it around it. I want to dangle it around. I want to dangle it around, my bro. Pause, bro. Pause. Pause.
Anyway, listen, I just want to quickly promote.
Oh God.
Yeah. Gianni does this thing where he does streams based on a content creator coming onto his show, and he talks about players. So the content creator will have a starting 11 who they would most love to watch. Could be from any generation, any period of time. Tony, I think you'll be good on that show. Have you seen the show yet? Have you seen that show yet?
Yeah, I've seen it. I'm a
make sure you line up to get on there. Yeah?
I like Gianni stuff.
Yeah, make sure you line up to get on there because I'm doing the promotion thing right now. Yeah, I've already told Mark get in contact with Gianni as well. I'm gonna make it Gianni. Yeah, you've got a list of people. Everyone that comes onto the show, I'm gonna push them towards you. So you're gonna have a list. Yeah,
I've got an elite set coming up. We have I had to move the one today, but that'll be next Monday. That's I got Kenny Ken coming on to do his Dream 11, which is gonna be he's the football almanac. He knows everything about football. So his 11 that he would pay to see is gonna be very interesting. I got Kyle Walsh coming on tomorrow, as long as I don't have any issues. And then we are in talks with Mr. Lee Gunner to be coming on the show soon. So we will be
big, bro. That'll be big.
Tony, I gotta get you added to this list, man. I gotta get you added to this list.
Yeah, sure.
Let's just bamboo. Let's just get list because it's nice to know like people, like their 11s, and once it's all printed out or whatever produced, it'd be nice to see like the 11s.
Waffle and Terran's 11 are two of the best that I think have been put together on the channel. We're gonna once we've done a good amount, we're gonna do a poll to see who's 11 everybody likes. But Waffle pulled out Haji on everybody on the last show, which was a super shout. So
yeah, but big up to you, Gianni, man. I mean, your channel. I mean, I see the effort you've been. I know you're a busy guy, but I see the effort you've been putting on your channel, bro. I mean, that was the kind of beast mode I started. You know, when me and Abs actually started, we're always people. Yeah, Waffle done. Yeah, you see here. Yeah, man is a beast. Man was always, on the grind, always on the grind. That's the same thing with Gianni. Gianni's on streams, he's a very respectable person. And Gianni, I mean, it's an honor to be with you on streams, bro. I really like your person because you're that kind of person that I could, just go ahead. Yeah, we could just go ahead and it's all good, and we all know it's all football. It's all football talk, and you're a very knowledgeable person. And I like your shows, bro. You can even see the people that pop into your channel. Musando, I think when I came to your show last, I mean, there was a lot of legends down there in the charts, yeah, just showing you love, and you are the only person down there, bro. I mean, it is what it is, bro. Real recognize real, and I recognize you, my brother, man. Big ups to you, bro.
I told you though, Johnny, we need to see the visuals though, like even like after the show or something, like you put on your post or something like the team that person, because it's nice to look at the team and think, wow, that's a great team.
I'm not that good with technology. We're still learning. I'm still learning how to turn it.
You've got line up built, well, that's not going to help, innit? I've got something, I'll send it to you, yeah, it's quite good. I don't know if it might help, but it might not. You actually build your own team.
I still got a problem turning a computer on every fucking day. So I
hear it. But I'm gonna send this to you anyway. Hey, listen, BBK, big legend in the building as well. Yeah, let's not forget BBK. What he's doing.
Yeah, BBK
on his
doing
channel,
his stuff.
He's
legend.
doing
legend.
Crazy numbers. Crazy.
He's doing crazy numbers, bro. He's the guy.
This guy is a legend. 1K. I think he got 1K view like on Friday with our warm-up show as well. So
yeah, he's doing quite well.
The kind of level that BBK is building up as well. Right. But people, we're gonna drop off now because these man, I can't even have a shower, because these man want to keep me here for like 10 hours and that, yeah. I've been saying I want to go for about an hour, yeah. It's like you two going at it, me going at it, and yeah, it's just man. But we're gonna get the clips, people. We ain't gonna be dangling nothing on this show no more. So yeah, big up, people. And listen, we're gonna be out Monday Night Madness. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hey, all the channels for all of the big boy content creators are in the description. Make sure you go and look it up, and listen, make sure you like, subscribe, hype the video as well. Big up to everyone in the building. Listen,